What is up, everybody? Circon Flex is here, bringing you the, well, I think it's gonna be weekly Q&A. We still don't have a name, so if you have a name, please do let me know. So, it's just gonna be a Q&A. I'm gonna be talking about Tankfest a little bit, and then I'm gonna answer, like, 3 questions, and that's about the video. I don't really have any footage or anything, so basically, you can just leave this on in the background or something like that. And just listen to me talk. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so first things first, Tankfest was last weekend. Was a lot of fun, as expected. It was the second year that I went there. It was a little bit better organized than last year. And also, I went on Thursday already instead of going on, like, Friday afternoon. Last year was pretty much just Tankfest and go home. This time around, I had a little bit more time, felt a little bit more like a holiday. It was a bit better organized. The area for more gaming and everything was better organized. It was a lot bigger. It was in the conservation hall. You know, you just got your goodie bags and stuff like that. It's all fine. On Friday, there was a whole day planned out for community contributors. Basically, just talking to wargaming and having a tour around to museum and stuff. I did feel like there was a lot of downtime that day. I mean, it was alright, but it was almost like I would have been better off just going on my own on a random day to go to the Tank Museum more than anything, to be honest. However, I can't really complain. It was alright. Just I feel like the day could have been half as long, and we would have had the same experience. Basically, it was a lot of downtime. That's my only thing. But yeah, that was fine. And then the 2 Tankfest days, I had on Saturday, I had like a little thing on stage and an interview. The interview was not online, I don't think. I think only QB's and Jingles one went up. Because they also took pictures of them beforehand to show on Facebook. And I think it was recorded on Facebook or something like that. So I'm not... Some people keep asking, like, where's my interview? It's not online, I don't think. Which is a bit of a shame. But then again, the interview was not that great. Because they asked, like... So, who are you? kind of questions. It was just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like for the people who, who were interested in the interview, 90% of the questions you already knew the answer. So, I don't know. It wasn't very personalized either. I think everybody got the same kind of questions as well. So, it's something they definitely can improve upon. And then every day I had the last slot together with Maxwell and Jedi. Just outside the conservation hall was like a little tent where it's like a meet and greet thing. And basically, the end of the day, we just went there with the whole gang, and we just basically took over the little tent. And it was pretty nice, and I met a bunch of people there. But throughout the entire day, and on Sunday as well, I met a lot of you guys, and it's always amazing. It's like 2 days a year where I feel slightly important or something like that. I don't know, it feels good. But yeah, I don't think that will ever get old. And like I've always said, and like I've said in the previous video talking about Tankfest, is that I go to Tankfest mostly just to meet you guys. That's like 90% of my reason to go there. It's also, well, I think this year it's going to be my only holiday. So, you know, that's nice. But meeting you guys and talking to you guys and meeting you guys in person it's just a lot of fun, and meeting a lot of people from the chat and knowing their Twitch names and stuff like that is it's really cool, and definitely the highlight of the trip. The tanks and everything is cool. Meeting the other contributors is cool. Meeting some wargaming staff is alright. However, meeting you guys is definitely the best. And there's not really much else to say. It was just an awesome weekend. If you like tanks at all, like modern or like the older ones, and you haven't been to Tankfest at all, it's definitely something you should consider going to. Maybe even outside of Tankfest, but you know, Tankfest is just really cool because there's the entire day there's something to do, and you can see the conservation hall, which normally you can't really see. You can enter from like a top area and just, you know, you can look down upon it, but you can't like, really walk everywhere. And they have some really cool shit. I don't have any video or photos or anything because I'm terrible at that. I took a bunch of photos on my phone, but my phone isn't the best, so. Other people like Jingles and Jedi will probably have way better footage that you can look up to. But, yeah, what surprised me, actually, is that I was like, why is the conservation hall, like, always open? And I asked that on Friday. I think a guy was called, something with a J. Jack or something. Uh, anyway, we had a guy walking with us. So I asked, like, why is it not always open? Because it seems kind of weird to not have it always open. But basically, they only have it open in Tankfest as well, with like a shit ton of people walking around from the tank museum, because apparently people steal stuff off the tanks. Now, I'm not sure what the fuck you're gonna steal off a tank in the first place, but like that was just the dumbest thing I heard that entire weekend. Um, but yeah, so definitely go during Tankfest, because then you can check out all the things in the conservation hall and walk around them a little bit and stuff like that, see them up close and personal. They have some really cool shit there, some really rare stuff as well. They have, I think, the only T14 and like Excelsior. And actually the coolest tank I thought they had wasn't even rare or anything. I think it was like a T55 with like added on Era armor and stuff like that from Iraq. It just looked like Mad Max, basically, like bolted on armor everywhere. It looks fucking amazing. They also had an AMX 30, which I don't think they had last year. And they had a really cool looking Bulldog as well. They had a whole load of stuff that's really awesome. And also, if you're interested in our warfare, all the modern tanks they have in the conservation are really cool as well. And then most of the nights we just, took it easy. The hotel was really nice. I had really good internet, so I could do all the YouTube stuff. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying that, because I've been basically uploading daily. Not this weekend, but I'm busy right now making some videos for this week. That's another thing I should maybe talk about right now, is that YouTube killed off a lot of old subs or something. I don't know what the fuck YouTube did, but basically everybody lost subs. They lost about 2k or something like that, 2500. But we're still above 60k, so it's pretty nice. It's going slow and steady, gaining anywhere from 500 to 700 subs every let's see, the last month or so since it became active. We gained about 750 or so new subs, even with that decline of 2500. So that is pretty nice. So yeah, Tankfest was awesome. Maybe next year I'll bring somebody to actually shoot footage or something, because basically I'm just walking around everywhere meeting people. That's kind of what I like to do. So I don't really have like a good camera or anything like that. I have a GoPro, but I don't know. I'm just terrible at doing more than one thing apparently. maybe next year we'll do better. But yeah, Tankfest, awesome. It was awesome meeting you guys. It was a bit better organized than last year. Could still be improved, for sure, though. Yeah, that's basically it. So, let's answer some questions. So, I took these from the previous video. And if you want to ask me any questions, leave the comments in this video as well, because I'll probably do this weekly. It kind of depends on how A, popular they are, B, how many questions I get, and C, how interesting the questions are. Yeah. So, if you want to ask me any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you want to help me out, just upvote and downvote or whatever the comments as well, so I can more easily see all the cool questions, I guess. Anyway, first question is, have you ever thought about playing World of Tanks competitively? Why wouldn't you want to? I've never really thought about doing it competitive, because I feel like the competitive mode is really awkward more than anything. It's gone through several stages now. It's a lot better than it used to be, granted. But I've said this on stream as well, but, I'll say it again for those on YouTube here, is that it's really weird for World of Tanks to be an esports, because, but it's just a personal opinion, obviously, is that, well, but all the most popular esports right now, so like CSGO, Hearthstone, what else? All the MOBA stuff, so like League of Legends, Dota, all of those games are basically professional level games of the same exact game you play as a pleb, as an amateur, right? So in World of Tanks, the base game, the core gameplay is 15 on 15 and public games, right? League of Legends is 5 on 5 or 4 on 4 or something like that. CSGO is the same. Hearthstone's 1 on 1, and you play the same game just at a different level, a professional level. So World of Tanks, esports is like completely different from the base game that everybody loves to play and enjoys. So for people to see that totally different version, which is really hard to get into and it's really hard to queue up in, it's just extremely awkward for me. So that's one of the reasons don't think well, I don't have the answers right now, but I don't think the current set of World of Tanks is very well suited for esports. It can have some cool moments and stuff like that, and it definitely has been getting better. And I still wouldn't mind casting it because I think I would love to be able to cast games in general. Not me, maybe not even World of Tanks, but other games. Like I think I would just personally, I think it would be really cool as a job. But yeah, so like, I never really thought of it because it's been an extremely awkward um story so far, the whole esports thing and World of Tanks. And I'm not really sure what the answer is to make it less awkward either. So yeah, that's why I never really thought about doing it competitively. Like I don't even do clan wars and strongholds because I think that's quite a drag as well. So probably not, but maybe something in the future. But I don't think so. I like to having the freedom of just streaming for myself and by myself and not being a part of a team. So I just kind of building my own brand, really. So that's basically it. The other question is, where does the name Circle Flexes come from? Well, the short answer is World of Warcraft. Long answer is probably what you want. Is for those who don't know, I studied graphic design for 4 years, and after that I studied advertising. However, during my graphic design years, I had some typography lesson for one of the first times. And it's basically the way of the letter, the learning of lettering, basically. And I came across like all kinds of weird shit that people use in their languages, and accent le circumflex. I mispronounce this all the freaking time, but basically my name without the es on the end is the little roof. You put it on a letter. It's used a lot in French and probably some other stuff as well. And that's the little roof thing. So if you see my little graphic here on the right on the beanie, it's basically two accent circle flexes put together that makes the logo. And if you don't put them together, you basically have the emote kind of thing of the two little roof things. And back in the day, during Wrath the Lich King in World of Warcraft, I had to make a new character, and it was a Death Knight, and I needed a name. And I kind of came across this whole circle flex thing, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I used to spam, like, well, not spam, but that emote, the whole two roofs thing, was kind of my signature in World of Warcraft. And so I named my character Circle Flexes. And that's basically what I stuck to. And then I had to make a Twitch and YouTube name and stuff, and I just kind of stick to that name. So kind of like Jingles, in a way. So my Death Knight Circle Flexes is still around. I still play. I don't think I've canceled my sub for at least like 8 years or something like that. I still play World of Warcraft very casually, and I'm actually pretty excited for Legion. If if you're at all interested in that as well, but I'm pretty excited for Legion. However, if Legion still stinks me, or just goes wrong, then I'll probably leave forever. I've never ever said that about an expansion yet, so Legion better be good. But BTR is looking pretty good, so who knows. But basically, short version, World of Warcraft, Death Knight, name, logo comes together as well. So mind blown for some people, I hope. And let's see, last question is, Cirque, did you play any other games competitively before World of Tanks like CS or Brood War or something? Also, what's your favorite old school game from your childhood? I never played anything competitively. Ever. Yeah. That's a pretty straightforward answer. I don't think... No. Not really. The only thing I've won that's kind of gaming related was a card game, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. Back in the day, I won a very small tournament. That's basically my whole competitive career. But that was just the cards game. So not really a video game. And what's my favorite old school game from my childhood? Has to be... well... Oh shit. Well, by purely time spent, it would be Pokemon Yellow. I fucking love the Pokemon games. I love the whole franchise. It's fucking awesome. Probably not a lot of people know this, but I still play them. Also not competitively or anything like that, because that shit... If you ever want to go competitive Pokemon, dude, on the Game Boy, there's so much shit. Oh my god. It's crazy. But, I like to play through them. especially with all the first and second generation are kind of my jam. However, yeah, probably Pokemon Yellow would be my favorite old school game from my childhood. However, like kind of like top 3 would also be Time Splitters 2. That was the fucking shit. And yeah, Time Splitters 2. Look that stuff up. Fucking awesome. Actually, the graphics kind of remind me of what Overwatch has done now. Maybe some people are mind blown right now, but the Time Splitter graphics remind me a lot of what Overwatch has done with the graphics right now. So imagine imagine Time Splitters right now. It would be so sick. And the third game would probably... I think it would be the first Ratchet and Clank. Back in the day, I was like 13. I bought my own PlayStation 2. Because I had a newspaper route and I saved up like half a year. And then during Christmas, we have this crazy thing with newspaper routes where you go past everyone you deliver to, and then they give you money because it's Christmas. I don't know, it's weird. It's Dutch, I think. Tradition? I don't know. So I had some money. I was like 13. Bought my PlayStation 2. I already had a TV. And I bought the game Ratchet and Clank, which I extensively researched in like the PlayStation magazine, which I had a subscription on. But Ratchet and Clank 2, that is such a good game, and the graphics hold up like so incredibly well. And at the time, the graphics of that game on PlayStation 2 were mind blowing, like absolute, so cool. And it's not that old school. Like the first Ratchet and Clank is not like ridiculously old, but it has a nice place in my heart. You know, being one of those games that I bought together with the console. It was just like, oh, so awesome. And I was like drooling over the screenshots and stuff in PlayStation Magazine for like a month before buying it. So yeah, number 1 Pokemon, number 2 Time Splitters, number 3 Ratchet and Clank. Those are my old school games from my childhood. And some of you people might feel really fucking old right now because I didn't name any NES or Pong or something. But I don't care. Anyway, those are questions for this week. It's been like almost 18 minutes, so I'm gonna just shut up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little piece of content here. I just do it all in one take. Why the fuck not? 2 things I want from you guys, maybe even 3, is 1, I need somebody to come up with a really cool name for this. Like, we need like a Mingles with Jingles kind of name, alright? So we need a cool name. 2, I need you to ask questions in the comment section below, so I can answer those next week. Like I said, if we have enough questions or stuff like that, I'll probably do it weekly, maybe every 2 weeks. We'll have to see how popular stuff it is. And number 3, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace out.